Hi YouTube, it's Kiger1324 back here with another pickups video. Not a lot of games to be honest here today, or DVDs, in fact no DVDs today. Mainly CDs here today, that's really what I went into town for. But hold on, there is a game here today that I was shocked to find because the game doesn't come out till tomorrow, and I'll go over that in a minute. So I really want to thank Game City for that because they sold it to me and I didn't realise it was on Xbox 360, so means I can play it. So like I said, not too much today, mainly CDs, a few games, but so this won't be a long video, so I'll just get straight into it. From a charity shop we got DS game, Poorly Pets, My Pet Hotel, just a pet like vet simulator game I guess, where you look after animals. It was $1.99. I just got it because it's another DS game I didn't have, and it might be half decent, or at least to try out or let my mum play it. She might like it because you can get horses and stuff, so she might like that one. A few VHS tapes, of course all these are $1.99. The Thing, I'm not sure which one this is the 1982 version. A lot of people think that there's only two Thing movies. There's not, there's three. There's one in the 1950s I believe, and then there was this one which a lot of people think is the first one, and then the one in the 2000s which was a remake I guess, but this is the 80s version, so I guess you could say the second one. Never seen it, but I've heard it's a pretty good movie, so another horror that I needed. Then we got Bill Murray's Groundhog Day. I've seen a little bit of this movie in school, but I've never sat down and watched it. I've heard it's a pretty good movie. You probably can get it on DVD, but I saw it on VHS, and I just think it's an old movie, so it's nice to have it on VHS. And then the last one is, I guess you could say, a horror movie. I've heard of it before. It's Troll. I've heard this is a pretty weird, messed up movie. I'm not sure if you want to call this a horror movie. Some people say it's a horror, some people say it's a fantasy movie, but from what I've heard, it's not too bad of a movie. Then a few things from Game. In fact, there's only 5 more games left today, but one of them makes it all worthwhile and was more expensive, so because it was brand new, like I said, not out yet. Happy to find this on DS. Magical Star Sign. It's a RPG. I think I've heard about this game. I think I've heard that it's not actually too bad. Another RPG on the DS. These are hard to find, obviously. $4.99. Then we got Dead Space Extraction, another light gun game. I've heard this one's actually really good as well. Obviously you can use the Zapper gun game. It's sort of an on-rail shoot. I've heard this one's actually really good, and for $4.99 that's not too bad. It's about that much normally. And then this one was free, so didn't pay for it, not free as in £3. Would have been $1.99. Bakugan, Defenders of the Core. My fiance brought a Bakugan game on the Wii, but it weren't this one. So yeah, I'll just show off the other 2 games that I got from Kex before I show off the last one. Actually, I might save this game for last, and actually from Kex, a £1 Wii game, Wheel Spin. It's a racing game. It looks alright. Looks similar to maybe like a Hot Wheels game. It might not be great, but you can use the GameCube controllers on this, so that's always a plus. And Star Wars The Clone Wars, lightsaber battles, or duels. It's a fighting game with based around Star Wars The Clone Wars. I always wanted this game back in the day, but I never got it when we had a Wii. I wanted to buy it. I think I tried buying this from Kex not long ago, and they didn't have it in stock. So, but they did, and £2.50 isn't bad. Now, before I show off the last game, I'm excited to show that one off. I'm really happy to get it. So, some CDs now. A lot of people, before I go on these CDs, you need to know something. I listen to anything, like almost anything. I'll listen to anything from Beethoven to country music to hard heavy metal to hip hop, R&B, pop, you know, anything. I'm not too keen on like new rock So like Fall Out Boy, that sort of stuff. I'm not very keen on like Fall Out Boy, Motionless in White, that sort of stuff. That's really not my style of rock. I prefer older rock. I've always preferred older music. I'm not too keen on modern music, but you know, if I'm around someone's house and they put it on the TV or something, I'll just listen to it. It won't bother me too much. So most of this stuff here is all sorts of things, so please bear that in mind. And I got all these CDs from Kex because they are so fucking cheap. I could have been there for ages, but I just decided to, you know, get some things. So we got here 5 Invincible, 5 sort of like a boy band. This was 20p. I like 5. I haven't really listened to loads of them, but I know Keep On Moving and If You're Getting Down, Baby. That one is I love that song. I love my old like boy bands. I don't care what you think, but I used to love them. We got here Black Eyed Peas, Ellie Funk, also 20p. We had this album when we were back in the day, man. We used to listen to this one all the time. You know, shut up, just shut up, shut up. I like Black Eyed Peas, or liked them. Haven't really. I've always liked Black Eyed Peas, so yeah, I think they're an alright band. Then we have Black Eyed Peas, Monkey Business, also 20p. I can't remember if we had this one back in the day. I know I had this one back in the day. Akon Convicted. We had this one. This was the one that came out when he brought Smack That out. We had this album, and there was another one that was there, but I didn't get it because the case was a bit broken. So I was happy to get this one. And also another Akon, Akon Freedom. Obviously, Right Now, Nah 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 is the main one on here. But I like Akon. I've always liked Akon. I think he's got a really good voice. It's very unique. Another great singer that I love, £3, Chris Brown exclusive, Forever Edition. I like Chris Brown. I know some people, you know, hate on him for what he's like personally, but I like his old music. I've always been a bit of a, you know, fan of Chris Brown. I know a few on here. With You is probably my favourite Chris Brown song. And we got here Craig David, Born to Do It. I mainly got it because it's got 2 songs on here that I know, Rewind and 7 Days. Craig David was on the Sunday Brunch yesterday, and he's got a new album coming out. I didn't realise who Craig Davis was. I've heard of 7 Days and obviously Rewind, but I completely forgot what that song was until they played it on TV. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. So Craig Davis, he's an alright singer. Then we have Cascada, Evacuate the Dance Floor. I love a bit of Cascada. This is Pink Lemonade, Lucozade. I swear I'm not sponsored by Lucozade. I'm always drinking it though. I like a bit of Cascada, sort of dance music. She's very good. I hear that she might be coming back. Everyone seems to be coming back. And that was £1, so was the Craig Davis one. Most of these CDs were £1 or 20p or something like that. Also for £1, VA, the very best of Euphoric House Breakdown. Just comes with a bunch of like electronica music, I guess. Yeah, like dance and electronica music. Some of them I've heard, like Starlight. I've heard Starlight. But I like these sort of dance music. Just put it on sometimes. Another 20p one, Clubber's Guide to 99. It's again lots of remixes from like I believe 1999. I believe. Again like dance music, that sort of stuff. Which I like that sort of stuff. And we have also 20p, so cheap. Cream Anthems 2001, just a bunch of like again dance and electronica music. Some of them I don't really know, but some songs that I don't know the names of, but when I listen to them I realise what they are. So as is the case with many things like music, there's always that song you know how it goes but you don't know what it's called. Bon Jovi these days, I like Bon Jovi. I'll be honest, I only know a few of their songs, but I do like them. And how else are you gonna get into a band if you don't listen to any of their other songs? So Bon Jovi, great rock band back in the day. Boyzone BZ20. I love Boyzone. Ronan Keating is Bay. I know everything I own, so I will give everything. I listened to that Rick Astley CD yesterday, and it's actually pretty good. A lot of these songs are religious for some reason, but I don't think it's intentional, but it's actually pretty good. Ace of Base, The Sign. I only really know one Ace of Base song, and that's All That She Wants. But again, I like that sort of style music. £1. That was £1, and that was 20p. I mean, so cheap. VA 101% Speed Garage, Anthem 2000. Again, lots of like garage music, style music. 20p. Sorry, £1. Various Best Dance Album Part 7. Yeah, in the world, lots of dance music. Shaggy's on here. I know Shaggy. When you saw me on the camera, well, the me saw me banging in the sofa. Well, the was on the camera. Well, the me. Then we have another Bon Jovi. This Left Feels Right. You know, I know most of the songs on there. Bruno Mars, Doo-Wops and Hooligans. Obviously, The Way You Are, the Lazy Song, Grenade. When all those songs came out, that was the album that was on. Probably the best album of them all, in my opinion. Kiss Gold Definitive Edition. This has 40 Kiss songs on here, and Kiss are one of my favourite bands, at least heavy metal rock bands, or hair metal is what you want to call them. So gotta have Kiss. Some of these cases are a bit broken, but that's the problem with these sort of things. They tend to break quite easy, but she did give me some elastic bands to cover them up, so gotta love her Kiss. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. Burt Bacharach, The Look of Love collection. It's just got a bunch of like love style songs on here, but a lot of old stuff, which I really like. Sort of a lot of old R&B, not R&B as we know it, R&B with rhythm and blues back in the day, soul music, that sort of stuff. But I like Burt Bacharach. I do like him. He's a pretty good crooner. 80s number ones, comes with some 80s music on here. The number ones back in the day. You know, Rick Astley's on here. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and hurt you. £2.50, £1. The other Bon Jovi and Bruno Mars was £1, and Kiss was £5. But I don't mind paying a little bit extra for Kiss. So yeah, 20p. Blue, One Love, for the mothers cry, one love, for the child we die, one love, gotta stay alive, I will survive, one love, for the city streets, one love, to the hip hop beats, one love, oh I do believe, one love is all we need. Sorry about that, but yeah, I love Blue. Blue are awesome, or were. Enrique Ingles, Escape. This is a CD that I actually had and traded in, so Enrique Iglesias is amazing. Another Blue, All Rise, All Rise. Flyby is probably my most favourite Blue song. Another Boyzone, Back Again, No Matter What. No matter what they say, no matter what they tell us, I'll be everything you say. Sorry, I guess Boyzone, isn't it? 50 Cent, yeah, 50 Cent. 50 Cent was awesome, or 50 Cent, but I'd say that 50 Cent. Courteous. Not songs on here that I really don't know. Some of them I've heard, but 50 Cent was my favourite hip hop artist, other than Tupac. When someone says to me, do you like hip hop, I assume they're thinking of things like Tupac, 50 Cent, that sort of style. Not this new hip hop. I'm not really a big fan of like grime and stuff like that, or whatever it's called. Here another Energy Rush, comes with some another like dance music, fast, like electronic dance music. Ebony is a good. Another Black Eyed Peas, sorry, that was 20p, and that was £1. So I sometimes I forget to say the prices, but they're on there anyway. £1, Black Eyed Peas, The End. Obviously, this was one of the most sold albums. I think I Got a Feeling was one of the most best-selling songs of all time, I believe. Well, at least Black Eyed Peas' best-selling song. Dragon, I had to get one heavy metal thing. Well, I guess you could say they're sort of power metal. Dragon Force, Inhuman, Rampage, obviously Through the Fire and the Flames, very well-known song if you played Guitar Hero 3, the hardest song on there, especially on Expert. Dragon Force, I love Dragon Force because their music is like power metal, is basically very inspired by like medieval Vikings, that sort of stuff, and I love a bit of that sort of thing. It just, when I'm listening to it, it makes me just feel like I'm, you know, listening to something that a song that would go so well in like a Lord of the Rings movie. And Dragon Force are pretty awesome. I'll have to get back into that. 2 more CDs and then the final thing. That was £3.50, I believe. Various Aphrodisiac, £1. It's just got a bunch of like well, people that had afros back in the like 60s, 70s. So, you know, like Al Green, Diana Ross, that sort of stuff. Stevie Wonder. I like that sort of soul music. And then the last one is another Boyzone, 20p, by request. Ooh, that came out a bit fast. Sorry about that. That's the problem with these cases. I don't care. I will listen to pretty much everything. And it just goes to show what sort of music I listen to. I'm all over the place with my music, you know. And before I get on my last thing, I just thought I'd mention that there will not be any videos from the 5th. So next Tuesday for at least about over a week, because I'll be going up to see my fiance. I was going to be only going till the Sunday, but the trains are all messed up, and I didn't want to come back on the Sunday because the trains were all messed up. So she said I could stay a bit longer, which I appreciate. So the last thing is, I went into Game City, which is a private owned game shop near my in my main town, and sometimes they have games that I've noticed they've had games that aren't out in game or kept, well, not necessarily kept, or at least game. So they don't have a price on them, so you have to ask them how much it is. And now they do me deals. So I asked him, the game is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, before you go on about it, I asked him how much it was. He didn't have a price, and he said, was going to sell it for 40 quid, but for you we'll do it for 37, which is fine with me. Normally I don't pay that much for a game, but I've really wanted to play this game ever since it was announced. Now, believe it or not, this game comes out tomorrow. I ain't going to play it tonight, obviously, but, well, I could if I wanted to, but this game comes out tomorrow officially, but some game shops, private owned game shops, can get games in a day or two earlier, and that's one of the shops that does it. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did you get it on Xbox 360? Well, first off, I never thought this game was going to come out on Xbox 360. I only thought it was going to come out on Xbox One and PS4. But now that I think about it, I remember, yeah, it is on Xbox 360. The main reason I got it on Xbox 360 is, I don't have my Xbox One at the moment. I'm getting that in August for the 2TB one, or the new slim one at least. And I wanted to play this game just because it's been so long since the Lego Star Wars game, and they are my favourite Lego games of all time. And this one looks so good. I'll read what it says on the back in a minute. But so I wanted to play this, and to be honest, Lego games, they don't really need to be on an Xbox One. An Xbox 360 can run Lego games pretty good. I've heard Lego Dimensions on Xbox 360 is pretty bad, but that's an open world game with lots of stuff in it. So that's you know, that's just one of them things, like Red Dead Redemption has glitches up its arse. So for this, you know, and to be honest, the only thing that's different between this and the Xbox One version or PS4 is you're paying more. That is the only difference. You're going to pay more. In fact, this one even came with a little Jabba the Hutt character pack, or Jabba's Palace character pack, which I assume are characters from the Jabba the Hutt's palace from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, which is really cool because you know, some DLC is always appreciated. I don't know if I'm going to get the season pass for this. I might, just because it's Lego Star Wars. But I've really wanted to play this game. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you just play it now? Well, to be honest, I said to my brother I'd play it with him in a week. And it's, you know, it's 20 past 6 now. So I just want to get on my laptop and listen to some more music. So what it says on the back, it says, relive the galaxy's greatest adventure. And as you can see, there's a little picture of Kylo Ren there. It says blaster battles. Take aim in a new blaster combat. So you can do like cover-based shooter in this game now and do like little blaster battles, which is really cool. High-speed dogfights. Blast off in an X-wing. TIE fighters and more. So you can fly around space now, which is really, really cool. I really want to try that out. And this actually this part actually looks really interesting to me. Multi-build systems. Find multiple unique ways to solve puzzles. So that is what this game has got from New Thing. So this game's got more puzzles in it, which is really good because Lego games have been very, very simple for the most part. But lately they have been putting more puzzles in, which some people don't like because it's harder for kids. But let's be honest, it's Star Wars. Most of the people who love Star Wars are old anyway. Look at me, I'm 21. I love this shit. And it says on the bottom, it says, new Star Wars adventures. Play through untold tales of classic and new characters leading up to Star Wars The Force Awakens. Which, that really interests me because I was hoping that they wouldn't just base this around the first movie, because the other Lego Star Wars games have had 3 campaigns and then obviously 6 campaigns, and then obviously the third one that was based around the first 2 seasons of the Clone Wars. So I'm glad they put in some unique levels with some unique characters, and I really hope they've got characters like from other Star Wars universe things, so not just this movie. This game just looked really cool, and in my opinion this is probably going to be the best Lego game for a long time. I did like Lego Marvel Marvel 2, but I didn't really do much afterwards, but this one I think I'm going to enjoy a lot. And I'm really happy to have this game. Again, I got it on Xbox 360 because I want to play it, and you don't really get much more with the Xbox One version anyway. So that is my best pickup of today, and probably my best pickup in a long time, because I'm so glad to have this, and I'm really grateful for this game. So I'm going to end the video there because my mum's home and I just heard her. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. There will be some more videos this week. I'll try and do a few more videos this week because obviously I'll be taking like a 10-day hiatus, if you want to say that. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.